Hey guys, welcome back. I hope you had a really great day trading today. So today was Tuesday, December 3rd, and today we had notably lower volume. And tech pushed higher today while blue chips were more cautious and small caps traded down today. So the first 2 days of the week so far were very slow, but tomorrow we have the Fed Beige Book and also Jerome Powell speaking. So although options for tomorrow are not showing higher volatility, it is possible. And today, SPY did open with a small move down to the 35 EMA. And look at that 35 EMA. Ever since NVIDIA earnings, we have been trading above that, and it has been holding as support. Today we did drop down to it, and then we came back up to close green, but we did not make new all-time highs today. So we had a very small trading range, a little bit less than 0.5% from options, and we did stay within that, and we closed within the implied move today. SPX, same thing, we dropped down to the 35 EMA, bounced on that level, and then took it back into the green, but did not get above the previous day's all-time highs. So SPY closed up 0.05%, same thing in SPX, up 0.05%, VIX down 0.15%, and in both we did stay within the implied move today. So we only had two levels in the trading range, all-time highs and the 35 EMA, and we stayed right in between those two levels. And QQQ, we did see a drop today as well. And then we did come back up. We tested those all-time highs that we made the day before. We dropped back down, but then we did end up pushing up and making new all-time highs. We also had a pretty small trading range over here, 0.67%, and we did stay within that trading range, and we did stay above the 35 EMA, even though in QQQ the 35 EMA hasn't defined the uptrend quite as cleanly as it is doing in SPY and SPX. So QQQ closed up 0.31%, VXN down 2.23%. So volatility in the NASDAQ is seriously dropping here. We're down in the 15s now, and we did stay completely within the implied move today. IWM today had the biggest down day. We closed down 0.71%, and we broke the 35 EMA right away. You could see this 35 EMA has been holding as support all of last week, all of this week so far, which is just Monday. But today we dropped underneath it, and we got down to this up gap right here, and almost to the penny we bounced right on that level, and we did stay underneath the 35 EMA today. So today, this is what I traded. I thought I'd give it a shot because I almost never trade IWM, and since it did have the biggest down day, I took 239, 238 bull put spreads, hoping for a close above 239, and I messed up and I went on the 1 DTE contract instead of the 0 DTE contract. So I still had a green day, but it was not a big green day at all. And I don't like to hold options overnight, so I did cash that position, and I did end up closing up about 23%. So far I'm having a pretty flat week. Today definitely was trader error, and IWM did close down today 0.71%. So this is our biggest down day today is IWM, and RVX down 2.75%. And we did stay completely within the implied move today. So in IWM, we have market down, also volatility down. And we did get an oversold signal right here. If you guys saw that, that is where I took my position. And we did see a bounce back up from there. We did hold this support level right here. So 239, definitely a level to keep on your radar. And then lastly, we do have DIA. We did drop down, this is Monday, we dropped down to the 35 EMA, and yesterday we closed right here. Where did we close yesterday? Right here above that 35 EMA. Today we dropped underneath it. We did have that red signal line, And you can see right here we hit oversold, and we ended up bouncing on that level, and we did see resistance at the 35 EMA on the 30-minute time frame. Now we did see a bounce here on the 35 EMA on the 1 hour contract. This is not a level I bring up during my analysis. There's just no way I can cover every single level. But if you did switch over to the 1 hour time frame today, this right here, we did bounce on that 35 EMA on the 1 hour time frame. We also got an oversold signal here. So 2 oversold signals and a bounce on that 1 hour 200 moving average. And then it came up to the 30-minute 35 EMA, and we saw resistance there. So we did stay between those two levels today, and DIA did close down 0.19%, and we are still well within the implied move for the week today. So tomorrow we do have the Fed Beige Book and Jerome Powell speaking. I don't know the exact times because I read somewhere that Jerome Powell was speaking after the Fed Beige Book came out, and then I saw somewhere else that he was speaking before. So either way, around 2 p.m. tomorrow is when we have both of those. I guess the order's not important. It's around 2 p.m. So let's go ahead and check out tomorrow's levels. Alright guys, so before we head into tomorrow's trading ranges, if you find these videos useful, if they help you to choose better strikes and take better trades, and you love how I break it down every night, then please make sure to give this video a like. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss out when I do post new videos. If you're new and if you have any questions, please leave me a comment below. Also, check out the pinned comment. I have 3 tutorials down there today. So if you're new, check that out. That'll definitely bring you up to speed about what I'm talking about. And if you nailed that trade and you know it's because of something I taught you here and you want to give back, there's a thank you button underneath the video. That helps my channel to grow, and it goes directly into making it possible for me to bring you more content. Alright, so let's get to it. Tomorrow's implied move in SPY is between 600 and 607. And the 30-day average volatility is 596 to 612. And on Thursday's contract, the implied move is 599 to 608. To the upside, the first level to look for is going to be all-time highs. We did make those on Monday. We did not get above that today. And we did see some weakness right here in Stupid Willie. But if we do get above that, the top of the implied move is at 607. Futures are up right now. That is definitely possible. If we open even close to where we're trading futures right now, that would take us above previous all-time highs. And then 607 would be a possibility. 608 on Thursday's contract. If we do get up here, I probably would look to 607, 608 bear call spreads. And then to the downside, we have the 35 EMA. So if you look at this huge trading range that we have, the only 2 levels in it are all-time highs and the 35 EMA. That's it. So if we break underneath the 35 EMA right here, 600 is the next level to look for, and then 599 on Thursday's contract. It's not a difficult trading range at all. 30-minute 200 moving average underneath all of that. And then SPX, same thing over here. We do have implied move of 6020 to 6080, and that's from options. 30-day average volatility is 5975 to 6120. And 6010 to 6090 on Thursday's contract. And to the upside, the only thing is all-time highs. So if we get above that, and again, futures are up right now, and if we get above that first thing in the morning, then 6080 is the top of the implied move, and 6090 is the top of the implied move on Thursday's contract. So if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I absolutely hate when we have a small implied move and a wide 30-day average. I hate trading these kinds of days. I try to pick another strike right in the middle. So here it would be 6,100. So even though the top of the implied move is at 60.80, I may not take a trade unless we get up to here. Same thing to the downside here, it'd be 6,000. That's just one of the things that you may not understand if you're new. But if you've been here for a while and you've seen the small implied move with the big 30-day average, and you know that it can be a little bit tricky. So especially since we have Fed things going on tomorrow, we have Jerome Powell speaking, we have the beige book. Be careful, even though this is the implied move, this is what options is saying, it might be wise to look a little bit wider tomorrow. And to the downside, 35 EMA, that has been our support since NVIDIA earnings right here. And if we do break that level, 60.20 is the bottom of the implied move, 60.10 bottom of the implied move on Thursday's contract, 30-minute 200 moving average is underneath all of that. This is just my opinion speaking here, but I think we're overdue with meeting up with this 30-minute 200 moving average. It is starting to flatten out. I wouldn't be surprised if we start trading down and maybe into next week hitting that level. All right, so QQQ is next, and the implied move over here is between 513 and 521. That is from options. 30-day average volatility is $3 wider in each direction, 510 to 524 and 511 to 522 on Thursday's contract. And to the upside, the first level to look for is going to be literally right where we closed, and NQ futures right now are 0.38% above, so we are above that new all-time high that we closed at. So if we open there, if we see that gap up in the morning, 521, but also keep in mind that we are pretty overbought. 521 is the top of the implied move, 522 on Thursday's contract, 35 EMA underneath, 513 bottom of the implied move, 511 on Thursday's contract, and the only two levels are all-time highs, 35 EMA. Take a quick look at this 30-minute 200 moving average though. It has absolutely flattened out. And that is really weird considering that we had this huge move up to start the week. So 30-minute 200 is not messing around. It is so flat. I think we're going to come down to meet it, but don't take my opinion on that. We still have this 35 EMA right here that could prevent that from happening. IWM is next, and the implied move over here is between 237 and 243, and that is from options. 30-day average volatility is a little bit wider, 234 to 246, and on Thursday's contract, 236 to 244. And to the upside, 35 EMA right here, that is on the 30-minute time frame. And if we do get above that, then the next level is 243, and 243 lines right up with where we have been seeing resistance. So be aware of that 244 on Thursday's contract. And then to the downside, we do have this up gap right here. We did bounce right on top of that. That makes support right here at 238.63. Round that however you need. I would round that down for my purposes to 238, and then 237 is the bottom of the implied move. 30-minute 200 moving average right here, and then 236 on Thursday's contract. So this is not a difficult trading range, a little bit more complicated than the other ones. 35 EMA, this up gap, 30-minute 200 moving average. That's all you need to know in tomorrow's trading range. And then lastly, DIA. The implied move over here for the week is 444 to 456. We are definitely right in the middle of that, with the 35 EMA being the new resistance today. So we did drop down underneath it. 35 EMA is resistance now. If it continues to be resistance, look down here, see if we get a rejection at this level right here. And if we do, then we're going to see the top of this up gap, which is at 445. Bottom of that gap is 443. bottom of the implied move is 444, and we have the 30-minute 200 moving average right here. So that is everything I see going into tomorrow. Have fun tomorrow, guys. Trade safe. Make sure you take profits when you're up, and I need to take my own advice because I have not been doing that. And I will see you guys tomorrow night.